Hello, my name is Anton, and I'm front-end developer with like 17 years of experience. At the moment, I work as lead front-ender in the template monster. Today, we will talk about code style and violence. Not the real one, but like on cover, fake one. Code style. Why in the work we may need it? Well, why we work alone? We may write whatever we want, any code. But when teams start to grow, more and more, and even more, and more, and then we finally understand that we need some rules. What kind of rules do we need? Rules should cover scripts, styles, and our workflow. By workflow, I mean processes, branch naming, and commits. But how to choose style guide? I see two main principles. First one, well, it should be maintained by someone else. Because we don't want to build better world, we just want to build an app. Get our money, buy a rifle, and where was I? Well, second principle, it should be trendy. Because nobody loves to learn something that he may use only in your company. But if it's Airbnb, well, this code style may help you in other companies. Your value as specialist will rise, and your salary will rise. So yes, it should be trendy. Anything else? Actually, no. That's not about tabs or spaces. Nowadays, editors may work with both of them equally fine. It's about code uniformity and code quality. I choose Airbnb because, well, it's widespread, it's cool, it has nice logo. Why not? And it has both JavaScript and CSS style guides. You may read about them here. You also may use standard JS. For example, it used in Logos by Evil Martians. Read about it here. Also, we will need our flow guide. For example, Git flow or some of its variations, Git branching model, or perhaps GitLab branching models. No matter what you choose, just choose already. And that's it? Yes! This is your Indian teammates. They are running to implement your code. They are struggling to it. Well, actually, no. They don't. Nobody wants your code style. No one. Nobody loves restrictions. And also, in first place, nobody loves time-consuming restrictions. So if you want to have code style, you should first of all preset it, then regularly check it, automate it, and force it. Otherwise, you will have none. Let's start from small bits. Let's tune our editors and IDEs. We may use editor config to do it. Just let's edit file editor config, write here some easy rules like indent style or size, and add it to our repository. If we work in Atom, we should add plugin, and actually it will ask to rewrite some of your predefined settings. In WebStorms, well, it just works, but you may turn it off if you want to, for some reason. There is only few rules you may set with this thing, but, well, it's a good start. You may read about it here, and there's a full list of rules you may use. ESLint. Actually, it's standard de facto when we talk about linting of JavaScript. You may find it here, and, well, to start, let's install it both globally and locally for the project. Then you may run ESLint with flag init, and after answering some easy questions, it will create configuration file. But I prefer to know what I'm doing, so I just write it by myself. Because I choose Airbnb style guide, well, then I write that I want to extend Airbnb preset. It will need 3 plugins: React, JSX accessibility, and because I want to use imports, also imports. You may see presets for dependencies for Airbnb config and use some predefined versions or just install latest. Both will do. Then I love to use stage 0 features of JavaScript. So I should use parcel bubble ESLint. And I should set environments in which I will work. Let's install bubble ESLint, latest, and we may just run it. ESLint, directory, couple of flags, and like 20,000 of errors if you don't use it in the project from the start. Well, we may add flag fix, and then we have only 3,000 of errors. I may fix it, easy peasy. But at the moment, we are using global ESLint, and that's not a good practice. So let's just add it to our npm scripts. Absolutely same command, but in script part of package.json. Then we may run npm run clean.js and get absolutely the same. And what should we run it after each change? Actually, no. We may add ESLint on our editor. For Atom, we, as always, install plugin, check fix error on save flag, and we're good to go. When we talk about WebStorm, well, it's as always work from the box. But you should find it and add flag fix if you want to fix it on the saves. Well, work and ready. But do you believe in your teammates? They will just ignore these nasty warnings and errors and commit, and you will do nothing about this. But you obviously may use hook. Hooks is just a little bash scripts with predefined file names which will store in Git directory hooks. Well, for example, this one, if linter.js will fall, it will stop your commit. You cannot commit until you fix all errors. At this link, you may find some cool really cool examples of such scripts. But actually, no hooks will be stored in the GitHub directory. It just don't work like that. So what should we do? We may write bash script which on package install will copy from some place these git hooks to your directory. But sounds lame, right? We may just use two packages, link staged and Husky. Husky give you opportunity to work with hooks just from package.json scripts. And link staged give you opportunity to work with staged files in your directory. Something like that. For pre-commit, we run link staged, and for staged files, with extensions JS and JSX, we run yeslint. If yeslint falls, commit fails. Well, work on sound. Your teammate would be absolutely happy about it. What about styles? They have style-int. Like yeslink, it's also standard de facto. And like yeslink, we again install it both locally and globally, install standard config, and start to edit style-int rc config file. For my case, I use less syntax, expand standard config, and after that, we may add some rules. But we also choose to use Airbnb style guide, so what about it? There is no currently official preset for styles and Airbnb. But there is issue, and this preset is on the way. In a couple of, I think, months, it will be available. Until then, we may install style-int CSS, style-int selector band pattern, and then use preset which will be base for the official preset. You may find it here. Yes, I already put the links to the presentation in Twitter, so you may open it and find links which you need. And also you may use this preset. It, well, pretty the same, and all about Airbnb style guide. Linting with style-int is much like linting with yeslint. Even some flags are the same. And same hundreds of errors if you don't use it from the start. And yes, you may fix it, but actually, for the less, for example, its feature is pretty unstable, so you should be wary. It may broke something. So, like in the case of yeslint, we should add it to scripts and run it locally. We should add it with plugin to the Atom in the same way. And yes, in WebStorm is it already there and working. Well, should you use hooks for styles? Absolutely yes. And yes, absolutely in the same way. Nobody should commit broken styles or broken scripts. That's a bad idea. What about flow? Well, our flow look kind of like that. We have stable development branch, and we cannot just push something to development, master, or release branch. We should use merge request to do code review, etc. Let's start from easy piece. Well, hook. We may control message via hook, and we should write format, which will include, for example, JIRA number and some message will guarantee that you don't write anything with Cyrillic, and that message is longer than 5 symbols. It almost like everything else. You just use ASCII commit message. Only thing you should have in mind, message is in Git params. You should include this in comment. And yep, you will never commit message like żopka. Are the hooks enough? No, because we cannot, for example, control names of the branches. And we cannot control with hooks. Can we push in some, well, for example, master branch or release branch? But, for example, on GitLab, we may create wildcards and protect the branches. For example, we set release, any release, and no one can push it into it, but developers and masters can create merge requests. Then we open another tab and set regular expression to check commit names and branch names. Yep, it works. What's next? Well, you may literally become a virtual god of BDSM and violence. Or perhaps you may add some quality test services like scrutinizer, add hooks for commits, and many, many, many other things which will guarantee that your code is absolutely awesome and your teammates will not push any shitty codes ever. But some of them will not say thank you for this. You may find this talk, as always, on GitHub, and I will gladly answer any questions.
Okay, then I'll start with my question. So, how reliable is fixed flag? I have it configured in my VS Code, and it sometimes takes
for ESLint or for StyleLint?
ESLint, yeah. So, and it sometimes takes a few iterations to actually fix everything.
Well, I work with it actively, heavily last couple of months. Well, actually, like 3 months in couple of projects, and there was no situation when ESLint fixed flag broke something.
Okay.
Hi, thank you for good presentation. And my question is about Prettier library.
Sorry?
Prettier library, Prettier. Haven't you tried this? Instead
Prettier? Yes,
yeah.
Sure. You may use it, well, for prettifying your JS.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It has a lot of additional features above what ESLint fix option has. It allows to reformat your code. For example, making your code lines shorter and fixing a lot of other stuff and reducing cognitive load on your developer saving
Well,
time from.
I have
Fixing
played with this thing.
Yeah.
It was really nice,
Yeah.
but it's not part of our workflow yet. So I can't recommend it or not.
Okay. I'll just add that it plays good along with printer with ESLint. There is a ESLint config for disabling ESLint rules that are conflicting against printer. Yeah. So they work good in a pair. Yeah.
I will
Side
have
by
it in
side,
mind. Thank you.
yes.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, I actually have one more question for myself. How do you go with teams that have same repository for backend and frontend? Since those pre-commit hooks will run tests and linters for both. Is it okay or no?
Well, actually, I hear you right about teams which have both backend and frontend in some repo.
Yeah, in same repo.
Actually, I work with microservice architecture, and I don't want.
Hello, thank
Hi.
you for your presentation. I wanted to ask, have you considered of creating some sort of boilerplate for that stuff with restrictions of Russian symbols or JS-linked plugins to items? So newbies in programming could have some starting point.
I have such ideas. What do you think? Which will be better? Directory which you may fork, repo which you may fork, or perhaps scaffolder?
Surely it can be both. But first case I think will be better. Also, I think nice idea will be make some pushes to, I don't know, Git, and I mean, make some ideas.
Well, stay in line. I will write on Twitter when I create some of directory, and I will be happy if somebody will contribute there some ideas
Okay, thank you.
and code.
Thank you.
So no more questions? Oh.
Thank you. And my question is, do you use the linters on the continuous integration? Because teammates can just skip the Git hooks.
Well, when I create deploy system for my own projects, then yes, definitely yes. And when I work on the template monster projects, then again yes, but it's not my job, it's integration engineers' jobs.
So you give some instruction to integration engineer to implement linters on the...
I provide informations and they create configs for Jenkins and etc.
Thank you.